Hello viewers, February 24th, 2015, and always remember the nearest exit may be behind you. Oh, hi viewer. So I wanted to do vlogs a little bit more frequently, but that hasn't happened because I've been busy doing things like this. Just out here defending freedom, viewer. No bigs. Which is okay because I can't really talk about that much too often anyways, because I just got up a Bible and rant and end up saying a lot. But that's alright. Still not a lot new around here, so figured we'd just hop right into the news, why don't we? See what's going on in the world around us. Over in Ukraine, our good friend Vladimir Putin says that war with Ukraine is not likely. Still denying claims that the rebels are being supplied by him and his country. There was a ceasefire that happened not too long ago, and rebels, being the way they are, all rebellious and such, didn't exactly listen to that, and they kept firing. So, surprise? Both sides are supposed to be withdrawing weapons from the front lines today, actually. That hasn't happened because, as I said, the rebels are not paying attention to any official doctrine or anything like that because they're rebels. Duh. Speaking of Russia, it seems as though there's a UN meeting on the 23rd, which was yesterday. A fair bit of name-calling was going on between the US and Russia. Russia was blaming the US for such things as the bombings in Syria, which we discussed last video, if you missed it. We're still delivering freedom. The occupation of Iraq in 2003. That was lasted for a little while. And a little stint in Libya in 2011. So Russia's just kind of saying, look what you did. You did all these things, you keep messing up. Well, that's okay because they had the appropriately named Samantha Powers on our side, who is there to poke fun at Russia for its current situation. Most specifically, how the U.S. is pretty certain that Russia is supplying the rebel troops with equipment and such, because, I mean, where else are you going to get Russian equipment? eBay.ru. Samantha Power also had things to say about how Russia was blocking any action against the Syrian president began its little intervention. In other news, some guy named Kane West is making a video game about how his mother went to heaven. So while I've been very hard at work, just taking everyone to work, viewer. No bigs. I've begun to realize how absolutely boring it is out here. A lot of dust, a lot of sand. In other news, a CT scan found a mummified monk inside a 1,000-year-old Buddha. So, things aren't always what they seem, viewer. Always remember that. You may just happen across a 1,000-year-old dead guy in your kitchen sink or something. You never know. In local news, this is what my bathroom looks like. And that toilet's been like that since I got here. It won't flush. Viewer, you know that we didn't go to Iraq because of 9/11, right? It's generally accepted as a fact. Because I'm finding that people don't know that. And it wasn't because of WMDs either. I got to go to an airport today and not get on a plane. That was the saddest thing I've done all week. The new Secretary of Defense, Ashton Carter, has met with many generals and advisors and ambassadors to talk about how to fight ISIS. No details were really given on what they talked about specifically, but they said it was a freewheeling discussion where Ashton Carter was basically getting an idea of what's going on in the area and how they're currently progressing the fight. Long story short, looks like we're going to be training Iraq official military Iraq to fight the rebels. So it's sort of like what Russia is doing with Ukraine, just in reverse. We're taking care of the good guys this time. So that's kind of cool. News came out recently that Iraq is building up a large offensive movement to take back Mosul. No real details on what's going to happen, but they say probably in April. And we'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, we're just going to keep dropping freedom packages on ISIS with our freedom vehicles. Speaking of R, do you know what the pirate's favorite letter is? Spoiler alert, it's not R. It'd be the C. Ha. Pirate jokes. It only made sense. Ha. For some reason, my roommate has gotten 2 irons, but he's not gotten an iron board. This concerns me. I'm suspicious as to what he's doing with these irons. I may never know. Well, viewer, I suppose that's all we have time for. I've run out of news stories, and I'm getting kind of tired. I've been up for a long time now. I'm going to be selfish and allow myself a nap. So again, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. I got some feedback on my last video, the first one where I started doing the news, and so far it seemed positive, so that's making me feel good, viewer. I like to keep doing these. I may only do them on my days off, though. I'm not sure. I get a little tired from doing all my work. This is how I make the money. Whatever you do today, viewer, do it for the children, okay?